Going to learn how can a person search for his friend using his phone number on this platform. So the first thing that we are going to do today is we are going to create two new profiles first on this platform, and after that we will try to access the profile of the second person using the profile of the first. Okay, let's begin with the lecture. So I am creating Vicky's profile first. And here I need to enter his phone number with which his profile will get created. And when I will tap on this button, when I will tap on this screen, what is going to happen? I will get redirected on this screen, and automatically when I will hit this profile button, this is a drive I'm going to come across. Now from here I need to select a profile pic. Let's select this one for now, and now let's define a password for Vicky's profile. Now when I will hit this button, automatically a table is going to get created on the browser of this app. Okay, so this is a table that has got created on the browser which is linked to this app, and this is the information I have entered. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's hit this button and let's see what are we going to get on his profile. So this is Vicky's profile that we have got created on this platform. Now let's do one thing. Let's log out from this profile and create another profile on this platform. So for another profile, let's use and then we need to enter here the email address of Suraj, and now we need to select a profile pic for Suraj. Okay, let's select this one for now. I'm going to keep the same password for Suraj also. Okay, now when we will hit this button, what will happen? Another table will get created on the data browser with this number, with the phone number. Let's see what do we have in this table. So we have got all the information that we have entered for Suraj in this table. Okay, now let's hit this next button and see what are we going to get on this profile page. So this is Suraj's profile that is getting reflected over here. His name, his surname, date of birth, and everything is getting reflected over here. Now let's log out from this profile and access. Let's try to access Vicky's profile. So we need to use his phone number, right, for accessing his profile. And what is the password? This is the password. Let's tap on this button and see what are we going to get. So this is Vicky's profile that we have got created some while back. Now using the phone number of Suraj, we are going to search his profile on this platform. Let's see how we will do that. So first of all, we need to tap on this button. Okay, automatically we'll come across this page where we are going to see Vicky's profile pic here in these two sections. Now when we will tap on this search button, let's see on which page we are going to come across, on which page we are going to come. So this is the page on which we are going to come when we'll hit this search bar. Now here in this text box, we need to enter the phone number of Suraj, 8368758492. So this is a phone number with which I registered Suraj's profile on this platform. Let's see what are we going to get when we'll hit this next button. So this is Suraj's profile. Okay, so this is how a person can search for his friend using his phone number on this Facebook platform. This is what we are going to code today, and this is what we are going to learn today in this section. So let's begin with the lecture. Let's dive into the code.org platform and see how can we code this thing. So after the user is done with creating his profile, this is the page, screen 11 is the name of this page that he is going to come across. Now what I want is when the user hits this button, this home button that is there on this screen, I want him to get redirected on this search bar screen that I've created for you guys. So let's define the coding for that first. So for that we are going to use this on event again, and here we need to mention the ID of this button, the name of which is home. Okay, home is the ID of this button. So when the user will tap on this icon, I want him to get redirected on this search bar screen. So how am I going to do that? For doing that, I need to make use of the set screen option. And from this drop down, I need to select search bar. Fine. Now when the user will tap on this, he is going to come on this search bar screen. Now here on this screen, we have got two images, this one and this one. What I want is whatever the user selects as his profile picture, I want that picture to get reflected over here and over here too. So what we are going to do is we are going to go on the registration module. I think registration module is this one. Yeah, this is the one where the records will be created. Next 9 was the button. Okay, and the records will be saved here in this table. Fine. Now what we have to do is we have to pick up the details of this profile. Okay, and we need to get it reflected over here on these two buttons. How we are going to do that? That's what we need to check now. Let me just convert it back into text-based code. And I'm enlarging the screen also so that the code can be more visible to you guys. Now where is the profile? Where are we calling the table? That's what I need to search for. Okay, this is the screen, okay, on which I'm calling the table. On hitting the next 10, now we are going to, the records are going to get read from the tables. Okay, so this is where we are calling the table. Now from here, from this part, what I need to do is I need to copy this thing. Okay, and we can make use of this like this. And here instead of photo, we are going to have the ID of this button. The ID of this button is profile 15. And similarly, the ID of this button is, let's convert it back into the text-based code. And the ID of this one is large profile something. So we can make use of this drop down and search for the ID of the button, large profile drop down. Yeah, this is the one. Now the profile photo is going to get reflected over here once the user is done with registering himself on this platform. Similarly, I need to define the same code for the login and logout also. So when the user is again going to log in, when he will log out from the profile, when he will log out, I want this one also. Okay, these two components also to get empty. Now how am I going to do that? Let's copy the code from here. Let's copy these two things from here. Okay, and let's put it over here. What is the ID of this? Okay, so let's have, and let's pass an empty value for this. Okay, so we are going to have a space for this one, and besides for this one also we are going to have a space like this. Fine, and we need to remove this also. So when the user will log out from the app, everything is going to get vanished. Fine, everything will disappear. Now when the user will log in again, I want the profile pic to get reflected here also. So what I can do is I can make use of the same code, the code that I defined here. Okay, and I need to put it over here inside this login buttons on event box, right? This is where I can make use of it. So that's how when the user will again log in, he will be able to see his profile pic here in these two buttons. Fine. Now what I want, what else I want? I want that when the user clicks on this button, this search bar, I want him to get redirected on this search screen. So for that, again, I can make use of on event block. Absolutely correct. So we are going to make use of this on event block. And then what is the ID of this button? It is search. Let's see where can we find the search button. So this is the one. Now when the user will click on this, I want him to get redirected on which screen? It is search screen. So let's find out where is that search screen. Yeah, this is the one. So now the user is going to get redirected on the search screen. Now here on this screen, the user is required to enter the phone number of the friend he's searching for on this platform. So what, and when he will click on this next button, I want him to get redirected on the profile of his friend. So I can make use of this on event block. What is the ID of this button? It is search screen. The ID of this search next. So we are going to make use of search next. Where is that? We are searching for search next button. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Now when the user will hit this button, I want him to get redirected on the profile of his friend. You know, phone number of which matches with the phone number that he's going to enter here. So how will I do that? For doing that, what I can do is see, this is a screen I have designed. Where is that screen? Search friend. Yeah, this is a screen the user is going to come across when he'll hit the next button present on that search phone number screen. Okay, now here what I want is I want the user's profile, I want his friend's photograph to get reflected over here. I want all his details, all his friends' details to get reflected over here. That's what I want. Now how will I do that? This is the question. So what I can do is I can make use of the read record option, because I need to read the records of that person first, right? So let's read the records from the table. From which table we are going to read the records now? We will be reading the records from the table naming. See, he is going to enter a phone number here, right? So on the basis of this only we are going to access the table. How? Let's make use of this get text property. Where is that get text property? We need to search for it. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, now what is the idea of this button? It is search number. Search number. And when the user will hit this button, first of all I need to check. First of all I need to define a condition, right? So let's try this one. If, or else why shall we define the condition? Because we are reading the records from the number table, right? From this phone number table. So we need not to define any condition. What we can do is we can make use of this code. Okay, this whole code we can make use of this, and we can image URL. This is fine. So let's make use of this code and let's put it over here inside this for loop. Okay, now when the user will get redirected on the search friend screen, what I can do is, what is the idea of this button? It is search profile something. Just a second, let me just convert it back into the block based code so that I can search for the required IDs. I can make use of the drop down box and search for the required IDs. A search profile something is the idea of this button. Let's search for that. Search profile. Yeah, I think this is the one. Fine. So the photo is going to get reflected in this. Then what else do we have? Okay, right now we are not trying to access the cover photo, so I'm going to eliminate this one. If you want, you can put it. If you guys want, you can define some code for your cover photo also. What else do I require? I require his name to get reflected over here, so I need to change it to search name, right? Where is that search name? Search name. Where is that search name? Okay, this is the one. Now similarly I need to make the changes for the other drop downs also. Search surname. Let's select this one. Just see how can we search for our friend on this platform. Search email is the ID that I need to select, right? Search email. And you know, people are asking me, how have you designed this platform? What I have done is I've taken snapshots of the mobile app of this Facebook, and after that I defined the components that are required. Okay, and I have put the components on this screen. This thing that you're seeing in the background is the image. Okay, in that image I have imported the mobile screenshots, and on that image I have placed the required components. That's what I have done. It is very easy. You guys can do it yourself. Okay, in case you find it difficult, let me know in the comment section so that I can help you out in doing the same. So this is how, you know, we can define the whole thing and get the profile of the friend over here on this screen. Fine.